Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, today we are going to be continuing with our um Yamation DTF variety pack. So the first video I did, and this is going to be one of six. So this is the second part two of that six-part series that I'm going to do. So I'm talking about the Yamation DTF film. You're going to get 30 sheets, excuse me, of 8.5 by 11, and it's going to have 6 sheets of each type of DTF film. So you're going to get the glitter DTF, the glow in the dark DTF, the holographic, the gold, and the chameleon. So the first video I did, we did the gold. So this is the gold, and the DTF film is actually gold. Okay, for those of you that didn't see part one. And also, when we heat press with the gold, you want to make sure you use a solid color image because when you heat press it, the gold is going to come off of the film onto your image. So regardless to what color your image is, when you print it out, it's going to end up being gold. So I don't know if you guys can see this very well. I'm going to turn this light off. But if you can see here, when I did the cowgirl image, all of the area where the image was is gone. So that's where it took the gold from the DTF gold film. Okay. So the gold is going to come off onto your image when you heat press it. So if you want to put, if you're doing a solid black image, and you're using the gold film, that image is going to be gold. So if you want to put it on a black shirt, it should really pop. Okay. So I was skeptical about that. I wasn't sure if it would work, but this works perfectly on black. Okay. But any color really, but just know that your image is going to be gold in the end. Okay. With these DTF films, guys, there's going to be a glossy side and there's going to be a matte side that's kind of rough. The rough side is the side you want to print on. If you print on the shiny, glossy side, when you take this out of your DTF printer, the ink is just going to run down your film because that shiny glossy side, it cannot hold the ink. Okay, so if you're ever printing on DTF and you realize that your ink is not sticking, that's because you're printing on the wrong side. Okay, so one of the things I like about this DTF film by Yamation is that for all of these different films, you can feel the side that you're supposed to be using. So you don't have to worry that you're going to end up printing on the wrong side. The other thing is that they actually have on the front of the package, they actually have that's the print side. So right here it says it's the print side, but I would still double check it. Sometimes things can happen when, packages are put together and they may be in a hurry and put it on the wrong side. So just double check, guys, to make sure everything is going in the right direction. So today we're going to be doing the glow in the dark. All right, now the glow in the dark, you want to make sure that that film gets a lot of light. Okay, so that's why I have my light shining on it right now, because we're getting ready to do the glow in the dark DTF. So I'm going to be putting this on my black bag. All right. So I'm going to find an image that we can work with that has a lot of white in it, because they do highly recommend that you use an image when you're using the glow in the dark, that you use an image that has a lot of white in it. Okay. So I'm gonna find me an image and where Creative Fabrica, my one-stop shop. All right. But I'm gonna find me an image in Creative Fabrica to use, and then we're gonna go into CAD Link and we're gonna get our image printed out, and then we're gonna apply the DTF powder. I'm using Yamation's thin DTF powder, and then we're going to use our convection oven to cure it, and then we're going to heat press it onto our garment. All right, y'all ready? I'm ready. I'm ready to see if it's going to glow or go. Okay. All right, guys, here we are inside of Creative Fabrica. So I'm going to be using this built. No, actually, I'm not. Because that right there is spelled wrong. It doesn't spell built. I don't know if they not didn't notice that when they created this file. So I'm not going to use that. Let's go back. I'm going to take a look at this design. This one might work. All right, I'm going to try this one, and I'm going to actually put it on. I'm just going to do a different color shirt because that the words are black, so they're not going to show up properly on my black bag that I was going to use. So I'm just going to use a different color shirt. But we're going to do this design and we'll see what happens. All right, so we're going to go over into CAD Link, which is called Digital Factory. I'm using version 11. Give that a chance to come up here. We already have our slide size set for our film at 8.5 by 11. So we're going to click on the plus sign here and locate our image. All right. And we're just going to bring that in. Now in my settings, I already have it set up so that when my image comes in, it's already mirrored. So I don't have to do anything to tell it to mirror my design here in CAD Link. All right, here's our design. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make it, let's see, a little bit taller. So I'm just gonna go here and unlock it. And then I'm going to, wait a minute, a couple of things I'm gonna do. I'm gonna crop it first because there's a lot of white space. And what I mean is I'm talking about white space on the sides, and that is included in your overall sizing. So I'm just going to click here on the corner till I get those double arrows, and I'm just going to bring that in. Same thing here. And we're just going to bring that in. And then we're going to click on create. So now you can see our design has taken out all that excess white space, and it decreases the size of your real image or your true image. So now I'm going to click on this lock, and I'm going to make this, let's go 8. And then we're going to come down to the bottom here, and we're going to make this about a 9.5. Okay. And then I'm going to go here and I'm going to click on, um, I want it to bring it to the top of the page. So I'm going to say center at the top of page here at the very top. And we're going to go with that. All right. So we're going to go ahead and all we have to do now is just click on print to get this to print out. Now, if you're not clicked on your image, you're going to notice that you don't have access to your icons here. So you want to make sure that you're always selecting that image, and then that's going to bring your icons active. So you guys know that I've had my, for those that have been following me for a while with the DTF, I've had my DTF Epson EcoTank 8550 now for, I think, almost 3 weeks, maybe. And so as I learn, I'm sharing with you what I learned. And so I'm teaching myself all about CAD link and all that good stuff. So you'll hear me become more versed on it as I go and sharing my knowledge with you guys. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on this print job, and then we're going to get our film here. So I'm going to get my film ready so that when we go over to the printer, our film is already in and ready to go. So let me get that ready. And like I said, you get 6 sheets of each color, or not color, but each type of film. And you're going to be printing on the matte side or the dull side. Do not print on the shiny side. So let me get this loaded in my printer, and then I'm going to click on print. All right, guys, I have my film loaded. I'm going to go ahead and click on print, and then we're going to go over to the printer and see what happens. All right, guys, I have my film loaded. I'm going to go ahead and click on print, and then we're going to go over to the printer and see what happens.
Alright guys, so our design has completed printing out. We're going to move over here to where we can apply our powder. So when your image prints out, guys, it's going to have the color, and then the white is going to be laid on top for those that are new to DTF. And then when you flip it over, that's where you're going to have your color. Came out beautiful. Those colors are so vibrant. All right, so we're going to take this image now and we're going to coat it with the Yamation DTF powder. This is the thin that I'm using. So I'm just going to scoop some up in my cup here. And just going to lay that inside of the container. And then we're going to take and pour this DTF powder over the image. And you want to make sure you get this powder everywhere on your image. Okay, and I'm just going to take it and kind of go back and forth until I get it completely covered. And then you just want to shake off the excess. And now we have our image covered. Okay, so that's now with the DTF powder, which is going to allow the image or the ink to stick to our garment. Okay, so without this DTF powder, guys, your image will not adhere to your t-shirt. I'm going to close that back up. And now we're going to go over to the convection oven. And we're going to cure this for about 15 seconds. Alright guys, here we are at my convection oven. I'm just going to place my image inside. And we're going to cure that for about 15 seconds. Take that out, and it's hot. Turn my convection oven off. And what you're looking for, guys, is you're looking for that DTF powder to cure. So now I can actually touch this without the ink or the powder coming off onto my fingers. All right, so in my convection oven, I have it set at 300, guys, and I cure for 15 seconds as you just saw me do. And here is our design. So now we're going to go ahead and get this pressed. Let me get you set up for my heat press. Alright guys, so now that my image is cured, I want to be able to show you closer now that I can hold it up and the film doesn't feel hot. But you always want to make sure that when you cure, that your design has like a melted sugared look to it. Hopefully you guys can see that. That way you will know that your image is ready to be pressed onto your garment. Now, I do get a lot of people to ask me, do you have to have a convection oven? You can actually cure with the convection oven. You can actually cure your image with your heat press. Just lay your heat press down, but not directly on top of the image, but just hold it in place. It does take longer if you use your heat press. It's going to take you about 2 to 3 minutes, but you have to find the sweet spot for using the heat press, because everybody's heat press is not the same. And I've also used my heat gun to cure my image. So you do have multiple ways that you can cure your image. Now, before you get ready to press your DTF transfer onto your garment, you want to make sure that you do about a 5-second heat press to get out any moisture. And then we're going to allow that to cool for about 15 seconds before we place our DTF transfer on top of it. This is a medium shirt. It's 100% cotton. My heat press, guys, I get a lot of people to ask me. I ordered my heat press about 2 years ago, if not longer, off of eBay. It does not have a name on here, guys. There's no name on here. But it came with a 10-year warranty, which is what piqued my interest. And it is a size 16 by 24. So we're going to come down about 3 fingers from the neck. And we're going to place our image down. Fearfully and wonderfully made. Now, you don't have to put anything on top of this, guys. I do put a Teflon sheet on top, because sometimes that DTF powder is on the top of your image. And so I would rather have it stick to this Teflon sheet than to my heat press. Okay, so I'm going to place that down, and then I'm going to press it for 15 seconds. Now, this is a cold peel, so we're going to allow it to cool, and then we're going to peel the cover sheet off. And just that quick, we are done. I think I almost pulled up the image. I'm still going to allow it to cool, even though it seems like it warm peeled. I'm not gonna take it up. I've had better experience with it cool. So I'm gonna let it cool, then I'll come back and we'll peel this up. All right, guys, we have allowed it to cool off. You always want to peel from one of your edges when you take your design off, never like in the center, but from the edge. All right, so you can see, just like with the gold, the glow in the dark effect is actually going to be lifted off of your film. So you guys can see that here. Okay, so we are going to test this and see if we get any type of glow in the dark. I'm gonna go into my laundry room, let you guys get a look here at what that looks like without the glow in the dark so far. This is how it turned out. Try not to touch my heat press with my hand, but it turned out beautiful. So you guys can see the colors here. All right, so I'm going to go into my laundry room, and I'm going to see if the colors activate with the glow in the dark effect, because my laundry room is going to be the darkest room in my house. So we're going to check it out, and we're going to see if we get a glow in the dark effect. All right. All right, guys, so you guys can get a better look here. So I am in my laundry room, and I can see that there is, that it does glow. It's very faint. I'm going to shut the light off so you guys can see. It's very faint. So I'm going to take a picture of it, because when I, excuse me, when I use my flash, you could see the glow in the dark effect better. But I can't use my flash while I'm videotaping. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this light, and I'm going to try to hold my finger steady right here so you guys can see or not see. All right. So like I said, it's very faint, but I can see it, but it's not showing up very good on the actual phone. So I'm going to take a picture of it in the dark, and I'm going to post it behind the end of this video. Okay, this light's off, lights on. Okay, so I don't know if it's because it's on a blue shirt, not a white shirt. I don't know if that's not enough white coloring in there because it is kind of off-white. I'm not really sure, but like I said, I will actually do, y'all see I'm in my laundry room. I will actually do a couple of images at the end of this video tutorial. So I'm going to go ahead and close here, guys. So this is the Glow in the Dark DTF film by Yamation. And I used also the fine DTF powder by Yamation to do this design. And I used my convection oven to cure it for about 15 seconds. And then I heat pressed it at 325 for 15 seconds. You always want to do a pre-press before you do your original press. All right. So now you've seen me use the gold DTF film and also the glow in the dark. I will say that the film glowed in the dark. Hold on one second. So I did take the film. I want to see if it'll show up now, but it's just sitting on my washing machine there. And you guys see that? How the outer edges that has that glow in the dark effect does glow. So this is the film that the image came off of. And you can see that it is glowing on the film. Okay? So there you go. But hey guys, hold on one second here. All right guys, I'm back in my craft room. So that's our design. But I wanted to go ahead and close out here, guys. So if you are currently in my Facebook group, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show via Facebook and helping others in our little small Facebook group. If you would like to join Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters on Facebook, all you have to do is go to the description in this video tutorial, click on my link tree, and go down to my Facebook group and click on it and agree to the Facebook group rules, and we will get you in, okay? And then if you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And for those of you that may be seeing me for the first time, if you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And hey guys, that is it for this video tutorial on the Yamation Glow in the Dark DTF film. And this is part 2. And on part 3, I will be doing the Chameleon DTF film. All right. So watch out for that. So part 1 was the gold DTF film. Check that out on my YouTube channel if you haven't checked that out so far. And then this is part 2, which is the glow in the dark. Okay. All right, guys, that's it. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one, so that each one can teach one. And you guys have an amazing day. Bye.